Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between ByuN and Stats on Proxima Station, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is ByuN, a name of terror to Protoss and Terran and Zerg alike. And in the top right side of the map, we have a very, very strong Protoss player whose name is Stats, a PvT for you guys, featuring ByuN and Stats, two very, very popular players on my channel. So let's see if Stats will go Phoenix Adept against ByuN in this instance. I feel like ByuN knows how to handle that, so maybe Stats will open up with a different strategy. We'll have to wait and see. This is from their round of 12 setup, round of 12 matchup at Katowice 2016. Really great games from that. I'm thinking about, actually I probably already did it and posted it by this point, but at the time of casting this, I'm thinking about doing a short games compilation from Katowice. They don't get as much attention as my cheese compilations, and maybe I should just call them pro cheese compilations, because these are games that last 3, 4, 5 minutes. They're essentially cheese. They're one-basers. They're cannon rushes. They're proxies. They're as cheesy as my cheese compilations. So I think I will call it pro cheese, and maybe give it a different thumbnail possibly. Anyway, probe scouting is me start Stats here. Somebody made the point that maybe Protoss scouts a little bit more because they don't have to use up a worker to build their first building, right? Zerg has to use up drones to make their first building. ByuN, other Terrans actually have to use an SCB to create something, which takes a while. But Stats can afford to lose a probe in the early game, and that's totally fine. We do have a Reaper coming in, and this Reaper's name is Millhouse Manastorm. Battle cry: all your opponent's Reapers are free this turn. That doesn't make any sense. So Millhouse Manastorm is a World of Warcraft character who is a card in Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft, which nobody plays Millhouse, dude. The reason you would play him is because he is a 2-mana 4/4, which is just super powerful that early in the game. It's like a really strong rush, basically. But the problem is that your opponent's spells are then free on their turn after you play this dude. So there are a lot of spells in StarCraft a lot of spells in StarCraft, more spells in Hearthstone, and it can just really go badly for you. I recommend, Googling Millhouse Manastorm goes wrong on YouTube. You'll probably find some amazing stuff. I might link to something here, but Millhouse Manastorm is trying to kill some stuff, but again, the early game for Protoss is really good against Reapers. Adepts are great, Mothership Cores are really good, Photon Overcharge also excellent, Stalkers super good at the same time. Robotics Facility on the way from Stats, so he's not doing the Adept Phoenix thing, which I feel really good about as a caster today. Hopping up here is Millhouse Manastorm. Oh, the two Adepts though, you're toast, Millhouse. Good scout though, pretty decent scout. Did scout out the Robotics Facility. Assumes there's a base coming up back here, didn't necessarily see it. But, you know, at this level of StarCraft 2 and at this stage of the game, you know what your opponent's doing, even if you don't necessarily see all of it. So, a lot of Marines coming in here from ByuN, Medevac on the way, and a Cyclone on the way out of this factory. His expansion is done. It is being saturated with mules and SCVs at this stage in the game, and a Warp Gate research on the way for Stats. That's redundant, man, but it is called Warp Gate Research. Or actually, Research Warp Gate. Huh, that's interesting. Why are the other abilities called Research Upgrade? Right? Like, I don't think it's Research Charge, it's just Charge. And it's not Research Gravitic Drive, it's just Gravitic Drive, isn't it? Isn't it? Now I'm questioning myself. I've cast so many games, but human memory is a strange, strange thing, you guys. Like, for example, think of the penny. The penny in American currency, or whatever a small denomination of coin is in your country. You've used these your entire life, but can you say things like, which face or which direction is Abraham Lincoln's head facing on the penny? Right? What text is there? Where is it located? I don't know. Anyway, dropping and then getting shoved away is ByuN. 3 Stalkers and 2 Adepts with an Observer. Stats is prepared, yo. He is prepared for this stuff. Trying to fly out, maybe come in the left side is ByuN. All right, so this robotics bay is done. It is actually Research Extended Thermal Lance, Research Gravitic Drive, and Research Gravitic Boosters. I don't know why I always say it's Warp Gate Research instead of just Warp Gate. I don't know, did Husky used to say that? Maybe that's what got it stuck in my head after all these times. Regardless, here comes ByuN. Again, trying to do stuff, again getting shoved away. Stats is kind of shutting this little drop play down very well. And by kind of, I mean he's doing it super effectively. Colossus on the way for Stats. I thought it might be Colossus, but Didn't dare get my hopes up. Extended thermal lance on the way too. He's really committing to these Colossus here. Might try dropping in the right side of this natural base is ByuN. He's trying to sneak in. There are Stalkers and Adepts out of position though. Now they're coming in. Mothership Core is not near enough to Photon Overcharge right now. Cyclone so good against Stalkers. Look at that, one Stalker down. Next, going after Adepts. Not what you want to do. There we go. Focusing down the Stalker. Forced to pull back. Adepts in the situation pretty good as Cyclones don't do extra damage versus them. Liberator setting up shop behind the mineral line. Gets taken out by Stalkers pretty quickly. And ByuN is forced to retreat there. So resources lost. What do we got? A lost Liberator, Reaper, and 2 Marines for 2 Stalkers and 2 Adepts. Pretty even at this point. 500 resources lost for the Terran and 600 lost for the Protoss. But I think Stats is feeling pretty good. Pretty good about this. Is this also called? No, this is called Upgrade. Upgrade Ground Weapons Level 1. Upgrade Ground Weapons Level 2. The wording is interesting here. All right, so more Medevacs, more Marauders. Good count there from ByuN, making Marauders against Colossus, picking an Observer out of the sky. Good job there by ByuN. He always does that, though. You stick an Observer in his base, he will kill it. He will see it at some point and kill it there. ByuN's still trying to harass. He's got a Cyclone and a Marine left in this Medevac, but just can't really find a place to be happy, although Stats was covering the natural base, and he just decided to pull back there a little bit. More drops coming up the left side from ByuN. A lot of Marines and 2 Marauders coming up this left section of the main base. Dropping here is our Cyclone friend. He does have 3 kills, which is pretty good stuff. Marine almost gets left behind by ByuN, but he does go back. Never leave a man behind is what ByuN believes. Dropping a lot of stuff here, and Photon Overcharge comes up a little prematurely for Stats. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit here, but you know what? He's okay. It's 48 to 48 Harvesters. Stats is holding his own. He's getting a 3rd base. 3rd base is under construction by ByuN as well. Twilight Council coming in from Stats, working on that +1/+1. ByuN, meanwhile, is getting Concussive Shell and Combat Shield, but is not working on his Engineering Bay upgrades quite yet. Does he even have Engineering Bays is the question. The answer is yes. He has 1. Here we go. And now he started +1 armor. That's what I like to see out of ByuN. Get those upgrades early. So ByuN has been trying to kill stuff, and he's been doing okay with it, but not really the big victory we usually see from this early stuff from ByuN. So Stats playing this as well as you can play in this situation. But Colossus are out. ByuN sees the Colossus and says, oh, well, I'm not attacking the 3rd base, as there are 3 Colossus there with extended thermal lance and a +1 attack. I'm so Marine heavy. That's just a terrible choice. Dropping back here. Cyclone and Marine still doing stuff, man. Cyclone's up to 4 kills, but he's going to die. Colossus takes him out, and the Marine in short order. Let some more probes get killed. 5 total at this point. ByuN trying to sneak into the natural base while the attack in the main base is going on, but Stats is too smart for that. Stats is way too smart for that. He's got units back here. He's hanging out. He's just I don't really need to mount an attack if ByuN keeps trying to drop me. If I just kind of hold it, I'll be okay. Look at this extended thermal lance protecting this back door. Whew. This debris is hard to kill it when Colossus are on the high ground there, as ByuN has realized. 57 is 60 total Harvesters. Drop of Marines back here at the 3rd base. Marines getting murdered real fast, yo. Colossus are good in certain situations. They used to be just straight up amazing, but they got nerfed with their damage. They're situational at this point. If your opponent has a lot of Marines, they're going to be fantastic for you. I believe there was a mid-rank madness that really showed this. Man, last year sometime. It's been a while. But this Terran player just went mass Marine against Protoss, and the dude was like, I will mass Colossus and just eat you for breakfast, and that's what he did. That's what he did. Spoiler alert. I have no idea which game that is, or if you watched it. Not a lot of people watch the mid-rank madness, which I think is too bad. I think those people really do some good things, some really creative things, some good games come out of that area, but oh well. Ghost Academy coming up from ByuN, being constructed inside the main base. Double pumping Vikings, triple pumping Vikings. I apologize. That's what you want to do. Vikings against Colossus. Pretty fantastic. Marauders still not bad either. I do like Marauders against Colossus, but Vikings also fantastic, especially since you can land them and actually do pretty well against the Stalkers while you're at it with their bonus damage versus mechanical. Templar Archives just now warping in for Stats. Probably getting Storm. I'd feel good about getting Storm if I was Stats at this point in the game. Resonating Glaives finishing up. Ground Weapons level 2 and Ground Armor level 2 done for Stats right as we speak now. 163 to 153 total supply. ByuN is up, as we can expect from our Terran player, but I'm liking this. It is not the Adept Phoenix play out of Stats. He's going Colossus. He needs to be able to switch it up pretty quick, though, which is why he has the Templar Archives, which is why he has a lot of gateways. As soon as the Vikings hit, right, he recognizes he's probably going to lose these Colossus because ByuN knows how to deal with them. But once they're dead, he needs to be able to warp in a ton of High Templar and turn them into Archons or something along those lines to try to finish up what's left of ByuN's army. Because otherwise, if he has nothing to transition into, trouble. Triple pumping ghosts is ByuN. He wants to be able to EMP hard right now, and I cannot blame him. EMP really good against Protoss. So Viking count is currently 15. Holy crap. 15 with 3 Colossus on the ground. They're going to just 1 volley, 2 volley, 3 volley. I think that's going to be it. Warping some Adepts into the natural base of ByuN. Killing some SCVs. These Adepts, a little bit confused. Trying to warp. Oh, shouldn't have warped inside the main base. That's where the defense was. Adepts, what are you doing? Why are you so confused? I don't know. Either way, they do get cleaned out. Eventually here, they kill 5 SCVs. Nothing huge there. The problem with stats is his drop does kill some workers, but loses Adepts in the process too. 7 Adepts have been killed, 2 Stalkers. Resources lost, again, pretty sparse at this point in time. We've got 1,800 for the Terran compared to 1,700 for the Protoss. 4th base on the way for stats down this right side. Traditional 4th base location. Thinking about taking the gold, but ByuN's scouting that one out on his side of the map. Same thing for stats. He was scouting ByuN's gold base out, but got murdered by about 50 Marines, it feels like. That's not 50 Marines. It's like 30-something, but still, lots of Marines. High Templar on the way. Did I see Storm get researched? Storm got researched. These High Templar will be able to do some nice Storm. Stalkers pulling back, pushing in is ByuN. He's got so many Vikings in the sky. The Colossus are toast. There we go. Good Storm. EMPs tossed down at the same time. However, Stalkers trying to pick off those Vikings. Somehow one Colossus is still alive. I don't know how that happened. This dude has 6 kills and is still alive. Saw his life flash before his eyes. What happened? Oh, 15 Vikings showed up and tried to kill you. And by 15, I mean 19 Vikings. +3/+3 on the way from ByuN. He is just an upgrade king. Him and Polt are the kings of the 12-minute +3/+3. Just incredible players. +3 ground weapons on the way from stats as well. ByuN's floating his factory over on the right side, just making sure a base doesn't come up that he doesn't know about on his side of the map, which is fantastic. Here we go. Big attack in the middle. More EMPs thrown down by these ghosts. ByuN, beautiful ghost usage. Just above reproach. Just incredible play from him at this point in time. I don't think the ghosts have any kills, but shield disruption is hugely important. There we go. 2 more. Tossed down. The Vikings can't really do much. Oh, they did get the Colossus. Never mind. They got the Colossus. No big deal. Resources lost. Definitely going to favor the Terran at this point. Yeah, we're looking at 4,600 resources lost for the Protoss and only 3,000 for ByuN. He's just being really cost efficient. Trying to come in with some Adepts is Stat, sneaking down in the natural base, and they get here. Some SCVs are pretty well undefended, and going back home is ByuN. Actually, no, he's not worried about this for some reason. I guess he has enough units behind to deal with that big storm. Again, good dodge by ByuN, but Liberators on the ground now. What the heck did Stats just kill? You can tell me in the comments, I'm sure. 19 dead SCVs, though. What? Whoa, the SCVs. The Adept's doing a lot more damage than I thought down here. What the? Getting Shadow Stride is Stats. Holy shimoli. More storms, more EMPs going down. EMPs on everything Stats has in the middle of the map here. Immortals trying to kill stuff, and somehow Stats is winning this battle, you guys. The EMPs are consistent, but Stats does not care. He has +3 attack. He has +3 armor. He can absorb a lot. Adepts in the 3rd base, again killing more SCVs. Vikings coming in from ByuN. He needs to even the score a little bit here. Photon Overcharge chasing them away. Some Stalkers warping in at the same time. And ByuN is suddenly down 48 to 69 Harvesters. That's a lot. That's a lot of being down Harvesters, you guys. Stats is looking okay. I don't know that I'm shocked by this. Stats is really good, but this is kind of an unorthodox composition we don't see a lot in TVP, and Stats is super making it work. I love the Storm. I love the Immortals. The Archon's very good here, too. Getting +1 Plasma Shield upgrade. Right, Plasma Shield upgrade for the Archons, and everybody benefits from that upgrade, actually, so it's a decent one to get. Not the first one you want to get, but still. Pretty fantastic. Shadow Stride is a long upgrade, people. 121-second upgrade is a long upgrade. Is he trying to do this with Dark Templar? We've seen DTs work in PvT, not against somebody of ByuN's caliber, though, mind you, ever. Honestly, so we'll see. We'll see how it works out for Stats, if he plans on actually using it, or he's just getting the upgrade because he has the money for it. I don't know. Coming in again, storms on the Vikings, and backing out is ByuN. He doesn't like eating storms, it turns out. He really doesn't. Ooh, Ghosts trying to get picked off by the Stalkers, but EMPs and Marauders chasing them back. No Ghosts and getting killed. We're looking at Ghosts lost 8. Actually, more than I expected. Liberators setting up that shop, and Stats is not making Tempest. Stats recognizes sometimes you just gotta walk into the circle if you're gonna deal with Liberators. It's just how it is. Stalkers again trying to pick stuff off, getting slowly forced back to his 5th base, which is a gold base. One Ghost gets murdered there. I'm sure you heard him over there. More Adepts rocking SCVs in the natural base of ByuN. Dude, these have been super good. At this point in time, Stats trying to get in. He does pick off the Liberators. Excellent pick off. There are 2 in the sky still here, but the right side is free of circles at this point. Are Adepts still murdering things? Adepts are still killing stuff. Here, killing a Ghost here inside the main base. Holy shamoly, what is going on in this game? More EMPs, army not quite as big as it used to be. A Colossus gets picked off by the Viking count again. Did ByuN overmake Vikings? Is the question that I have. Going for it. Stats going for it. Into the circle he goes. Immortals trying to kill those Marauders. Storm on top of everything else. Stalkers need to pick off those Liberators. Can they get them? Yeah, Storm does kill one of them. The other 2 forced to retreat. There are still 3 in the sky here, though. I'm not sure if the Stalker count is enough to do this against these Liberators. This fight is coming down to the wire, and Stats decides to back on out. Just backs on out. More reinforcing units for ByuN coming to the front. They are stimming to get to the front right now. Stats has the Archons. EMPs on the Archons is so good. Doesn't remove all their shields, but it's quite a bit. Archons are much less effective without their shields, as it turns out. Immortals and Adepts trying to do stuff on the bottom section here of these units that reinforce, and Stats is still alive. He's still making Colossus. I don't know why. I don't know why he's doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base coming up for ByuN up along this left side. I think he took his gold base a little earlier than Stats did, but otherwise they're mirroring each other on their upgrade patterns for sure. Archon, 1 kill. Archon, 6 kills. Immortals, 12 kills. 5 kills. 0 kills. And 6 kills on our 4 Immortals in this group. Marines, Marauders, so many Vikings in the sky still. Only 8, though. 8 remaining, down from the 18 we had previously. So maybe Colossus has a chance of surviving. I don't know. You need the Stalkers for the anti-air, but they're terrible against Marine Marauders, so you gotta have something else to deal with that stuff. It's a tough place. It's a tough place for Protoss to find themselves in. So again, he got the Shadow Stride upgrade, but I don't see any Dark Templar on the field right now, nor have I seen any produced at all. Trying to stay out of the range of the sensor tower is Stats. That's what this little dotted line is, because that means that you can be seen. See? Inside there, your opponent can see you. Colossus, again, very good against this Marine-heavy composition that ByuN has. Marauder count fairly high, but again, Immortals good against Marauders. So maybe Stats is in a better spot than I thought. Oh, 5 DTs on the way from Stats. 5 Dark Templar and a Warp Prism. He's going to try to do some crazy DT shenanigans here with the Blink ability. Warping in a bunch of Adepts in the natural base. Again, going to kill these SCVs, which there aren't many here at the 3rd base, but he'll murder all 3 of them that remain. Coming to the main base, try to kill some stuff too. 0 SCVs here as well. I feel like maybe warping into this 3rd base would be a better decision, but not choosing to do that. Oh no, ByuN found Stats 4th base. He's going to take it down very quickly. Cannon here, not going to slow this down. We're going to turn this into a base race. This might be a base race, ladies and gentlemen. Small group of ByuN here to defend his gold base. Doing okay with it too. With Planetary Fortress, that helps out immensely. No, Immortal gets picked off from the pack and does get killed. 18 probes destroyed. ByuN does take down that 4th base very easily. He's going after the 3rd now. Can't imagine he'd be going anywhere else. ByuN is 5th base is under direct assault by the entire army of Stats. Trying to repair it, but that's just a lot of DPS with +3 stuff, and it's toast. It's gone. All the SCV's gone as well. 12. Then 3rd base of Stats under fire. We are base racing this. They always say don't base race a Terran. Vikings do pick off the Colossus. ByuN has a pretty big army here defending his 3rd base, and he still has his gold as well. But as does Stats, and Stats has a 6th base up in the top side here. So is it as much of a base race as I thought? I don't know. ByuN decides to pull on back home. It was like a temporary mini base race is what it was. Very interesting. Adepts still sitting back here in the natural base of ByuN. Can you even see that? He can see it. He's going to come kill it. At least kill the Warp Prism with his Viking count. Adepts. No, why are you going inside the main? There's never anything to kill here. Maybe a free Ghost is pretty good, though. Get the Ghost. No, why are you trying to kill the refinery? There we go. Getting the Ghost. And is it enough? No, so many Marauders defending this dude. So many defending this guy. All right, so Stats has effectively 2 mining bases. ByuN has 1, but again, cost efficiency is a Terran thing. that ByuN is very familiar with. Single Colossus, +3, +3, +1 upgrades on that dude. We got 38 Marines, 18 Marauders, 10 Vikings, and 9 Ghosts. For ByuN, stats is sitting at 2 Archons, 1 Colossus, 7 Dark Templar, 19 Adepts. I feel like if you can get some DTs in this army without ByuN recognizing they're there, they could do a lot. They could do a lot for the Protoss player. So stats coming in, trying to take out the last mining base of ByuN, but the army is coming in from the flank on the left side, and stats is forced to retreat. More EMPs on these Templar. Pretty big time storm, but losing the Templar in the process. Suicide Templar there. I forget, does EMP take out energy? Yeah, damages shields and energy of all units in the area is what it is. Dark Templar setting up shop, long distance mining place that ByuN's trying to do, taking out this missile turret as well. Stats coming up. ByuN's kind of going for it. So many EMPs from these ghosts, you guys. Storms taking him out. DT taking him out as well. There's the scan. There's the take out of the DT. Never say die, they say when they die, which is very interesting. Stats taking a 7th base up top in the left. I feel like he's out macroing ByuN, you guys. All right, here we go. Big time battle. Guardian Shield is up. Archons, Immortals, Stalkers versus Marine, Marauder. A Adept setup coming in from the right side for the reinforcements. DTs are getting scanned and killed. Good placement by ByuN on this high ground, but so many Adepts, so many Stalkers blinking forward. The Vikings are forced to land at the same time. The Immortals still murdering stuff. 10 kills, 11 kills, 18 kills, and that's it. A good game from ByuN, and Stats is victorious. Ho! Stats making it happen, you guys. I gotta say, I did not see that coming. I didn't see it coming. TVP is not in a great place for Protoss right now, I don't feel like. But man, Stats in a 21-minute, 25-second game makes it work against ByuN. That final battle, that big influx of Adepts that came in from Stats because he had 2 mining bases and another base on the way, whereas ByuN was stuck on the one. He had the economy to support it. He killed so many SCVs. He killed 58 SCVs, you guys. Was up 24 to 41 workers. Lost 39 of his own, which is always bad. But killed enough to make it happen. 165 Marines died. 28 Ghosts died. That's a lot of Ghosts. 21 Vikings. 12 Liberators Stats killed. That's super impressive as well. Stats lost 99 Adepts. A lot of Adepts for sure. 37 Stalkers. Only 1 High Templar died that entire game. Wow. Way to control those. Way to control those stats. Excellent job. Resources lost. We're looking at 33,000 for the Terran compared to 34,000 for the Protoss. More gas lost for Protoss, and that makes perfect sense in this matchup. Really nothing too weird there. All right, so great job by Stats, giving hope to Protoss players everywhere. Again, Storm, Immortals, Archons, Stalkers. These are good things against Terran. Really good things. I love what Stats did here. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.